How's it going today, guys? Happy Monday and welcome to Castillo Trading, Trade with Castillo live stream. It is Monday, and as part of our video series, we love to do live streams today to kind of go over a lot of our setups, right? Go over NPOCs. We're going to go over some current ranges, a few different other things as far as high-term time frames. Again, one of the main things is to kind of update the NPOC setups, update with everything that we are currently doing. One thing I wanted to touch on is something that I kind of have in works for the future. I want to bring this up. So I am starting to kind of create a new system for you guys, right? I've done kind of the whole copy trading thing with you in the past over on Bitget, and yeah, I'm gonna start to continue to do that, right? But we're gonna go a different route, go different exchange, gonna go different developers, that sort of thing. And this is kind of what it's going to be looking like, right? So we're gonna have signals that do entry, 4 to 5 different take profits, potential stop losses, and it's gonna have risk very tight and in place. Now, this is going to be offered as you can just do it manually, or you can get it set up on a copy trading system that we're going to have either on BingX or Bitget. Haven't really decided yet on which one to go with. As you guys know, everything kind of going on with Bitget is a little bit tough with all the KYCs and that sort of stuff, but this is ideally what we're looking to do, and we're going to offer it on many different time frames, right? The 15-minute time frame, we can offer it on like 4 hours, like swing trade, and then we can also offer some signals that are like longer term investments, right? So you're not going to get signals all the time, but they're going to be like longer term investments, that sort of thing. But just going to continue to make our setups, right? Again, nothing is going to change. It's so hard for me to chase this. We were really longing BTC down in the 20s, the 30s. For me to kind of long BTC at 41K, it just doesn't really make the most sense. So again, we're going to stay grounded to our game plans and our specific levels. So I would love a retest of this area. Now, again, have we been getting retest of any of these? No, we haven't. As you can see, we've continued to go almost vertical, right? So, having that mindset and understanding that maybe a retest just isn't likely within this current environment is something to understand as well. And so again, you guys know if we do drop down to this 38,000, that's going to be an area for us to long, very straightforward game plan. And then again, I think for now, I'm not going to make many short setups. We've had some short setups that have just really been getting invalidated as it's continued to go higher. So I think that for now, until BTC and ETH can maybe establish some sort of range, some sort of sideways action where, short entries are actually applicable, I don't really want to create them right now, because to me, there's just really no point in continuing to make a game plan for shorts when everything's just continuing to get vertical. Now, I do have some targets higher that make some sense, right? So like if you are wanting to short thinking that this move is going to get overextended, which I do think it is, right? We are going to see a pullback at some point, and I think that you guys have to be a little bit realistic about that. Whether it's now or whether it's $8,000 higher at 50K, it doesn't really matter. There will be a significant pullback at some point. So it is important to kind of just have some of these levels mapped out so that you can kind of know, right? I think 45 is a very, very big psychological level, 45,000. So we have NPOCs at 45,874, but then we also have our main target that we've been talking about for months and months and months, which is that golden pocket Fibonacci of that 48 and 50K, which again, we do have NPOC levels up there. So I would just say within this is where we should start to look for shorts. Like, I just don't think that it's very smart during this move to continue to make short plans. Like we've had them, but they've been invalidated very, very quickly. So, I just think maybe we should just wait a little bit higher and just create long plans for now and kind of just see how that works out if we get any retests. Like, that's been the hardest part about BTC is there has been absolutely no retests of lower. NPOC prints have been printing all the way down from 35K, and we've run up all the way to about 42K, right? So about a $9,000 difference where we're just not getting dips. And again, guys, this is why we talk about spot, spot and chill. And I think if BTC can kind of run up and hold these highs a little bit, kind of just range within this chop zone, that altcoins are going to start popping off. Ethereum's going to start popping off, some micros, that rotation of money is going to continue to happen if we continue to stall at the highs. And I think that's kind of been our narrative for a while, right? And a lot of people, not just ours, there's a lot of people talking about it. If we can continue to hold these highs and BTC and Ethereum continue to have that strength, then altcoins will follow. So getting into Ethereum, guys, let's just look at some NPOC levels on Ethereum. Then we can look at some high-term time frame targets, and then again, go into some current range. So let's update this. We have a new NPOC print from yesterday or 2 days ago, I think. So 2161. So, again, the same thing. We can go in and clean some of this up. So the long, we wanted a long lower at 2037. Again, we just didn't get it. Impulse move higher is what it is. Then we had another long down to that 18,000. Again, just didn't get it. This is showing you, just by having these setups here and saved on TradingView, this is showing you the type of environment that we're in, right? Which is we're not getting retests. We're not going lower. And we've really been kind of talking about not getting any retests since really around this move around that 1900 area on Ethereum. So again, you guys got to know the environment. And again, this is a good way to kind of help you establish that, right? Because if you have all these setups and you're just like, okay, we're not getting retests, we're not getting retests, we're not getting retests. So that either means you need to position yourself otherwise, or like I said, look to trade maybe some altcoins or look to trade something that hasn't already impulse move higher, or, you can kind of just wait for dips that are a little bit less significant, right? So like this one offered a decent dip, right? So you could have potentially long that. But for me, again, guys, my rules, I am not really enjoying longing Ethereum right here. When we were longing Ethereum, when I've been dollar cost averaging, it's been down at these 1500 levels. Like, this was really an area that was really, really big for my trading, was this 1500 support. It was very clear, and we've had a nice move from that support. So we're just not getting those dips, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be prepared, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue to create setups, right? So let's just continue to do so. So for me on Ethereum, I'm not really interested in longing until lower. I don't want to chase. I have some exposure on options. I have some exposure on spot. And for me, I think a lot of people who have smaller accounts are like, oh, I want to trade margin. I want to trade leverage. I want to do this. I want to do that. And for me, that's just not ideal within these levels, right? Margin is good when we haven't ran up 160% plus, right? Now trying to get in long with margin is going to be very, very tough. You can profit a little bit and you can get some here and there, but it's not going to be as easy as it's been, the past, really the entire year of 2023. So long here, I would say that this is our next long entry. And again, I don't know if we're going to get it. We haven't been dipping. So that would be the next area of interest for me to long on Ethereum. Again, guys, I probably sound, like I said, I sound like a broken record just because I don't want to be longing into these highs. This is not where I'm willing to long. This is where I'm taking profits. This is where, shaving some stuff off. Like I said, it was unfortunate. I was kind of out of town for really the last opportunity to get before we kind of had this run up, but it is what it is. I'm a disciplined trader. I don't need to capture every single move. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay having patience and waiting for a game plan that offers us a better entry point on Ethereum. Even if Ethereum goes higher from here, I'm still going to want to long these levels, right? I'm still going to want to look to long the 2000 levels because it is a very, 2100 on Ethereum was resistance for a while. And so it's kind of flipping it right now, right? So we kind of broke above. And now if we get this retest within NPOC levels down here, that would make sense, 2100. And again, a lot of people might be scared at that point. They might think that, it's just an important RS flip, right? So if we retest 2161, it's going to be an area that I want to long. Again, this is going to be support. You're not going to want to be shorting support. And again, we can establish that with low-term time frame, current ranges, that sort of thing. Try not to beat yourself up too much on, not getting the entry that you wanted. For me, the play was never a technical play. It was a conviction play based off of an asset class that I believe in for the long term, which is crypto, right? And I've said that in my tweet. I've said it multiple times, right? It's the conviction has been there for me to continue to bet on crypto in general, and coin gives you the opportunity to do that. I had buys off of the initial IPO 200, and I think my first buys were like in the 200 area. So I don't remember exactly where in the 200 area. And then again, just a massive drawdown. But for me, like I said, it was never as if I was going to sell this, regardless if it was a loss, regardless if it was profit. And I'm still not selling it. I'm up huge on my position now. And it was literally because of the conviction that I had. And I really don't want to sell these until we break into all-time highs, maybe even this, 360 range. I mean, honestly, I probably should start peeling off some around that 200, taking a little bit of exposure off the table because the returns are pretty immense, and, continue to leave some lotto bags for higher. But as of right now, the conviction on crypto stays the same for me. If you want to look at something technical for this, I could say that, we are kind of getting into that demand zone that makes a lot of sense for us to chop and go sideways. So if coin kind of digs into here, I would say something like this happens before we get another leg higher. I don't think it's going to be easy route straight to all-time highs from here. But for me, I am an advocate for crypto. I love crypto. I believe in it. I believe in just decentralized finance altogether. Everybody has that click, that it moment, right? So yeah. All right, so that's really all we're looking for on Coin. I'm not gonna overthink this. You could probably get an entry to fill this gap, right? Like I think this gap here can be filled and you can potentially get some buys there. Also, this is a very, very key level of resistance, now support. So if we do get that retest of like 115, 110, that it does make a lot of sense to kind of be longing that area as well. Very, very appreciative of you joining the stream. My inbox is open, right? Hit me up on x.com, hit me up on Telegram if you guys have any questions. If you're in a sticky situation and you don't know what to do to get out, I will give you my thought process on how to get out or what you should do, right? So I'm not charging for that. You know, it's free. Just message me and I can help you. But yeah, you know, I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day and I will see you over in the Telegram. Peace.